What's going on, guys? TKD once again video, and so on Monday, I don't know why Apple decided this, but Apple decided to have their WWDC conference at the exact same time as Microsoft's E3 conference. So that's big one or the other, and I chose Microsoft just because I was more interested in E3 this year. But we're going to be going over the notes and what happened in WWDC 2016 while Apple was doing their conference during Microsoft's E3 2016 conference. So let's get right into it. So they started out with the Apple Watch and what they're going to build upon it with watchOS 3. And they announced that apps will load faster and boot way faster. They said up to 7 times faster. Which is actually kind of crazy because if you have an Apple Watch, you know that, loading apps, man, even with that update that came a year ago, it still is slow. It's still sluggish. It's still, kind of a grunge to use any of their apps. I just use it as, a way to look at my phone lock screen, while my phone is in my pocket or I'm at work, and I'm saying that's the main reason why I use my Apple Watch. And when they showed these apps that were just being clicked on and loaded instantly, it was a very cool thing to see that they're going to do with the Apple Watch. So I hope that that's coming in a realistic way and not just something that is on the conference that they exaggerated. Next up, they announced background updates for the watch, so you can still use your watch while the Apple Watch is updating. And they announced that they will be putting a dock on the watch, so you'll access that dock by swiping up, I believe, or something along those lines. I forgot exactly what it was, but it will have a dock where you can put apps in it in the same way you do on your Mac on the bottom dock and on your iPhone on those 4 apps that are on the bottom, so you can have set apps at that dock. And also, there is Control Center by swiping up from the bottom, so you can access, quick toggles on tools like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, whatever. So, just small stuff like that, small things that, will utilize yourself to use the watch in a better way, in a more efficient way. And next up, they announced that you can scribble text messages, and what they mean by that is that you draw the letter on the screen and it will type that letter in the text. So instead of you having to say it by voice, you can respond to text messages off of your finger by drawing the letter that you want to type. And in closing, they also talked about how you can swipe on the watch face to change the watch face instead of having to force touch it and go into the settings like that. You can just swipe and your watch faces will switch, so you can switch them on the fly. There wasn't a lot to say about the Apple TV, but you can now search movies by topics, which is a cool thing. And you can also have a thing called single sign-on, where you log in once and you get logged into all your other services, your HBO Go, ABC account, all that other stuff that you would have to go individually one by one on the old Apple TVs. You'll be able to just log in once and you get all of them signed in just like any other device. So you get to do that. And there's also a night mode feature to the Apple TV that they announced as well. Next up, they went on to the Mac, and they officially changed the name OS X to Mac OS. So no longer it will be OS X Yosemite, it will be Mac OS Sierra, which is actually the name of the new operating system coming to Mac this fall, and that will bring us a new auto unlock when you have an Apple Watch paired with you nearby. So instead of you having to put in your password, it'll register that you have a watch near you, and that it's actually you using the MacBook or whatever you're using, and it'll auto unlock without you having to put in your password, which is a pretty cool thing. And next up, they also announced a thing where you can copy something on your iPhone, like let's say an article or a page of text, and you can paste it on your Mac if it's nearby. So if you're right at your desk on your phone, you can copy something and then paste it on your Mac as if you copied it on your Mac. So that's a pretty cool thing. It's a nice thing of where we're seeing all these Apple devices kind of tie in together in a way better and more cohesive way as time goes on. They also announced that you'll be able to access any of your Mac's desktop on any of your other Mac's desktops. So for example, I have my iMac at home, and let's say I want to access something on my desktop, I can go on my MacBook, and then I can access the iMac's desktop off of my MacBook and retrieve whatever I want to retrieve off of the iMac and get it on my MacBook on the go. So that's a pretty cool thing if you're someone that uses both the iMac and MacBook, which I want to get a MacBook here pretty soon for college, but we'll see, how that goes, and I'll let you guys know if I ever get that MacBook. We'll see. But next up, they also announced that there'll be better system storage optimization. So the Mac will have a better time of erasing stuff that you don't need to keep on your Mac and that are required for anything, big. And they also announced that with Apple Pay on the Mac is coming, so that you can use Apple Pay, and to authenticate the purchase through Apple Pay, you have to do it on your iPhone Touch ID. So you have to have it nearby, and it'll ask you to use the Touch ID on your iPhone, and then the purchase will authenticate, and it'll be all good. And they also announced picture-in-picture mode on the Mac, so you can have a YouTube video or any other movie or whatever you're watching be in a small window while you do other stuff in the background, like do an essay or whatever. So you can watch a YouTube video while you're doing something else in a little window, picture-in-picture, which is a pretty cool thing to add on to the Mac. But the coolest thing to add on to the Mac that I, believe in my opinion, should have been added a long time ago was Siri. Siri is coming to the Mac with this next update for Mac. So I'm really happy about that, because Siri is so useful on my phone and on my watch, and I can't wait to see how I use it on the Mac. And I just believe that Siri should have been on the Mac a long time ago. This has been a long outdated thing that should have been a thing that they added a long time ago. But hey, better late than never. So there we go. Time for the iPhone. They spoke a lot about iOS 10, and then one of the things that they mentioned about iOS 10 is that there's a new raise to wake feature. So instead of you having to click a button to check your iPhone lock screen, you can just raise it, and it will light up, and you'll be able to view whatever's on your lock screen right just from raising it without even touching a button. And speaking of the lock screen, they added more stuff to the lock screen that you can do. There's more interactions on the lock screen. You can swipe right to access the camera quickly. You can swipe left to access widgets, and these widgets are going to be better overall. They're going to be more interactive, and you'll be able to do a lot more things with the widgets on the lock screen, as opposed to unlocking the phone and going to the widgets, through the control center, like how we have to do it now. And now they also open Siri to developers, so developers can get access to Siri and use it for their third-party apps, and it could really bring some more life into those apps with Siri. And they also announced stuff with photos, where there'll be better auto organizing with the photos, so it'll be grouped. It can group by people, by places, by times. It even did one I saw there in the showcase where it'll do like on this day a year ago, where it'll show you pictures and photos that you took on this exact day a year ago. So that's pretty cool stuff. There's apps that do that, but it's really cool that it'll be a part of the iPhone Photos app straight from the jump on iOS 10. And then they went on to the Apple Music app, which I'm not sure, man. I don't know. I know I made a video about the leaked about Apple Music changing up their style, and I said in that video I don't think that, I mean, just of what they described, it didn't really sound appealing, and what they described came to life in this conference, and you saw how they're going to update the Apple Music app, and I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure how that looks, man. I like the look how it is right now, Apple Music. I don't like the way Apple Music handles my library. Not that point of view, I hate that, but the way just it looks, like the style, the music, and the artwork, it just looks so much cleaner, so much crisper on this current one, that I'm not sure if it's going to translate into this new one. This new one just looks kind of boring. There's a lot of whites and black. It just doesn't look like it has a lot of color to it. But I'm hoping that that's I changed my opinion, and I hope that it's just better. I'm just being close-minded or something, but I'm not sure. So we'll see. There's also a special control center for smart devices around your home, so if you have lights, locks, cameras, etc., you'll be able to access them quickly through your iPhone in a more better and more efficient way. And then they went on to messages. So messages now, if you send a standalone emoji, it'll be 3 times bigger. You can also type out this long paragraph, or just type out whatever, and you can replace some keywords that are able to be changed with emojis. So I don't know who would do this. I don't know why you would do this, why you would change every single word to an emoji if you want to sound like an idiot. But if you want to do that, you'll be able to do that on iOS 10 in a better and more cleaner and more faster way if you don't want to be annoying with your friends. They also added bubble effects to text, so you can make your incoming text message pop if you want it to pop in the group chat, or if you want to say something gentle, it'll start small and then expand to a normal size bubble. So if you want to do that, you can do that now in iOS 10. There's also tap back quick replies, where if it's something you want to say something quick without typing anything long, you can just do it by one click of a button, just like a thumbs up, thumbs down, and AOK signs. Just quick short gestures like that you'll be able to do in one click. And on top of that, you can handwrite messages now to other people in iMessage, so you can handwrite something. They also added the digital touch features that are on the Apple Watch to the Messages app, so you can draw, send your heartbeat, do all that crazy stuff that nobody ever does on the Apple Watch, because if you have an Apple Watch, most likely you don't know another person that has an Apple Watch. But yeah, you'll be able to do that on the iPhone. And also they added the full screen effect, so you can when you have a text sent, it could be like fireworks, it could be whatever else they showed like lights and neon, stuff like that. You'll be able to send those full screen effects as well. And probably the one thing I'm most hyped about the Messages update is that links look way better than they used to. Links would just send the plain old URL text and it'd be kind of boring to view, but now these links are more like what you see on Twitter or Facebook, where it shows you a little artwork and a little preview of what's in the URL. So that's something that I'm very much looking forward to, because with my friends and I, we always send links to each other, send new music, send articles, whatever, send videos. So it'll be cool to get a little glimpse of what a person sent straight from the Messages thread. And also, speaking of Messages, it is open to devs, so there will be third-party app support for Messages, so you can have another app utilize Messages in a better way, and you can have more features in the Messages app at whatever devs come up with for messaging. And the last big thing they announced in the conference was that the app coding app that's kind of funny, called Swift, that they unveiled last year, will be coming to iPad for free. So, but this version of the iPad is a little more toned down. It's kid friendly, and it's supposed to be kid friendly because it's supposed to be a free app that comes out that will hopefully boost schools into wanting to teach code and use this app to better teach kids how to code and how to be fluent in code. Just like the introduction of being a coder or being a computer programmer and stuff like that. So that's just something that they mentioned as well, that will be dropping in October, and along with the fall. Speaking of the fall, all these upgrades to all these platforms will be coming out for free in the fall as usual, so definitely look out for that stuff. And that's pretty much all I want to talk about on this WWDC 2016 video. So let me know what you guys think about these updates, these Apple products. Do you guys want to use the new messaging app? Do you guys think the Apple Music app looks dingy and dumb? Do you guys think that 2 Chainz will get a Apple Watch that matches his teeth? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, you can also like the video and favorite it if you guys enjoyed the content, and also share it with your friends if you guys enjoyed it that much. And if you want to stick around for some more content like this, you can also subscribe. Make sure you get all my videos in your sub box. And while you're down there, check out my various links. You can find my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all the good stuff. Follow me on there, see what's popping in my day-to-day life. And that's all I gotta say. So as always, I got you.